Hey guys, how are you today? As y'all know who I am, I'm Belize Spivey. I am the STD Life Coach. I serve African American women living with herpes. If you're not a woman of color, don't feel bad. I still serve you. Reach out to me. The way to contact me is overcomingrthestigma at gmail.com for simple questions. Going from there, if you want to have a really in-depth conversation with me, telling me everything so you can get that encouragement and that personalized advice, then set up a session with me. It's bit/I have it. And right now I'm still doing the 2 meal sessions where you get a 30-minute session with me for a good price. You get 20% off of $35, guys. Come on. That information will be below. So right now we will be talking about how I did not pass the virus. 1 second. Alright guys, we are back. As I said, this video is about how I did not pass the virus. I had a young lady reach out to me and she asked me how you didn't pass the virus to your ex-husband. As y'all know, I was married for 4 years with my ex-husband for 6. We've just been divorced for a year now. And I did not pass the virus to him. Shockingly, I ended up catching type 1 from him. And many people ask me like, how you didn't know? My whole thing is I was still naive. What I know now is what I teach y'all now. This is the stuff that I do for myself. So my whole thing is at that time I was still in the place of, oh, I'm just happy that he accepts me. I was a place of acceptance of myself, but I was still kind of still nervous. And I know we still deal with this. Still nervous with asking somebody about their test results and still asking, can I see them and things of that nature. Even though I knew certain things, I still was very still afraid to ask certain things. So I did ask him at the time that before we even started having sex or even kissing or anything like that, I asked him, hey, when the last time he had been tested, things of that nature. He asked me. I told him I had herpes. He accepted things like that, but I never had asked him, have he ever been tested for a herpes test? I'm not gonna lie, guys, it didn't come across my mind at the time. At the time, I was very young. That was 8 years ago, guys. 9 now because my son's almost 9. So that was well, my son was, so it was like 6 years ago. Okay, at that time, I was still getting to the, like, I wasn't even there yet because I hadn't even launched Overcoming the Stigma, the STD Life Coaching company at that time. So he helped me get to this place of disclosing and sharing and helping people. So, with that being said, guys, I was not at a place where I was just as confident as I am now. So, I did not ask that, not knowing that he had the virus, okay? So I didn't catch it right away, which is interesting. So, y'all wondering like, okay, how did you even find out that you ended up getting the virus, blah, 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 blah. But let's first get to the point of how I did not transfer the virus to him. Many people ask me this. Like I said, the young lady asked me that, and I said, oh my God, that'd be an amazing video. So, basically, how I did not. It's no guarantee way, and I'm going to say this is a disclaimer. It's no guarantee way not to pass the virus, but it's ways to prevent from passing the virus. It's no guarantee way to prevent passing the virus, but it is ways to prevent from passing the virus. So the ways to prevent to pass the virus is number one, when you having an outbreak, not to have sex. This is, I know I'm having an outbreak. I'm very aware. I see the symptoms. I see the blisters. I see the cuts. I have the feelings. I have all my symptoms that I'm used to getting with my outbreak or what I never received. And I believe this is what an outbreak is. At a time, you do not have sex with your partner, period. Okay, that's genital. You do not have intergenital intercourse, okay, at all. Now you can kiss each other if you want to perform oral sex on them, because that does not affect that area. Just because you have herpes in one area does not affect your whole body. So if y'all want to still, if you still want to please your partner, you can still do oral sex, hand jobs, kissing, things of that nature. That's up to you. Now, if you have it orally, you know it's no oral sex, it's no kissing, no any of that at the time. So if y'all want to do genital sex, yes, you can still have genital sex when you're having an outbreak. It sounds crazy. People are like, why would you do that? People are not trying to stop having sex because they're having an outbreak, guys. It's ways that you can get around that, especially if you have it in the other area. You can still do what you want to do. It's just the same way that, and I know this may sound nasty, women still have sex on their menstrual cycles. You put a towel down and keep it moving. That's for my people who are in monogamous relationships, and you do what you do. But I'm just saying, I'm just bringing that to y'all standpoint, because many people believe, well, I have an outbreak, I can't do anything. I don't want to, not have sex with my partner. If my partners, want to have sex or want to do anything, I don't want to not give them what they want. So I want to know different ways I can do it. So you can still have sex, just not in that area that you're having an outbreak. Okay? Got it. So next thing is shedding. Many people get very, very concerned about the shedding piece. Let me tell you something about shedding. Shedding is an active outbreak that you do not see. Shedding is an active outbreak you do not see. You cannot see it. You cannot feel it. You cannot determine when it's coming. If you are have physical symptoms, you're having tingling, itching, you are having an outbreak that you see. Many people say, I know when I'm shedding. No, you do not. I'm being honest. You do not. Because if you knew if you're shedding, you having an outbreak. Okay, shedding and a regular outbreak are both still active outbreaks. It's just one you are very aware that you have it, and the other one you're not. Okay, think about with shedding, it comes and goes. Okay, now things that I can tell you about shedding: you shed before an outbreak. You shed after outbreak. That's the only 2 times that I know for a fact that you shed. Typically, most of us do not know when we're about to have an outbreak. So then for my young ladies who have it on their menstrual cycle, then you know for a fact I do not have sex before my menstrual cycle, and I do not have sex after my menstrual cycle. So I will tell you, a week before your period, no sex. A week after your menstrual, no sex. Okay? So now you know for a fact I'm clear in those 2 areas. Okay? Okay, ladies, I gave you a timeline. It helps you out a little bit. So I want you to know those are only 2 times I have researched and found for sure that those are the times that we shed. Okay, outside of that, you do not know. Now, as I have done my research, we have learned over the years, as you go down the line of having herpes, it tends to decrease. Do I know fully why it decreased? Don't really know, but I just know at the end of the day, it starts to decrease. And then also, they say you shed the most in your first year. Completely understandable. The virus is rapid. You haven't controlled it. It's really a new a virus to your body, so your body does not react. So in the first year, you shed more. Understandable. Okay, guys. So with that being said, in your first year, it's very, very critical that you make sure you take care of your body. And this is a time that I would tell anybody in your first year, if you're dating somebody, you need to really press to your partner. We are in a risky time because I don't know my body yet. And I will always tell my ladies, which I did not do, but this is something I learned over time and been helping many clients that I have now, is not to have sex until you understand your body. Okay, until you understand your body, you should not be giving nobody nothing. Okay, and that makes it like, I don't want to give them my sex life. Well, give up your sex life for now so you won't pass that virus unknowingly. Okay, and I'm saying unknowingly because if you don't know your body, you don't know you're passing it. Most people don't even understand their outbreaks. Most people are having outbreaks back to back. You can't have sex with anybody and you having that outbreaks back to back. There's no way that you can do that. The quicker you can get it under control, you can learn what's causing them, the quicker way you can start your healthy sex life back again. But until then, stop playing Russian roulette with the other person. Even if they accept, you still playing Russian roulette because you want to rush into a regular lifestyle without making sure you know how to maintain that lifestyle. Okay, you don't have to pass the virus, guys. It's not like, oh, you have herpes, you're automatically going to pass it to everybody. I want to be honest, guys. I have never ever had anybody come back to me and say I passed them the virus. Nobody. The only person who said that to me was the initial person that I believe I got this from. Okay, so and I say believe because I went back with the guys I had sex with prior and nobody told me that they had herpes. Okay, he was the only one who told me, and I got tested and I was negative. Okay, so then down the line, I ended up finding out I had the virus. Okay, I did not get tested anymore after that, but I ended up finding out I had the virus after that. He was the only guy who ever came to me and said something to me. Okay, and like I said, that's what I believe. I probably did have it. It didn't show up because I had sex with him one week and got tested the next week. So the chances are it may not have been in the system. It depends on what type of test I took at the time. As we know, IgM is more active. It kind of tell me what's going on in that given moment. It's like you need to take your IgM test ASAP. First 72 hours are vital. It can kind of tell you more things. And also tell me if it's a more recent test. And at that, they don't like using IgM because it's so flexible. 1 minute it say yes and 1 minute it say no. So they don't really like using that test a lot. And then I got IgG. IgG, I would have had to have the virus for 12 to 16 weeks prior to me even getting tested. So if I had it and it showed up on that test, then that means I already had it and that means I gave it to him, which nothing showed up. So my doctor's like, you don't have anything, so I don't know what you're talking about. So with that being said, I end up probably still catching it from him, but just did not show up at that moment because I went to get tested super early. And at that, when I got tested, I was 20 years old. Like at that time, times were so different. Testing was so different. The information now, it was not prominent at all. So what my doctors gave me, they didn't even tell me what test I was taking. All I knew, they took blood from my arm and they got tested. And literally I had to call them to ask them if I was okay. All right. So with that being said, times are so different from then to now. So And I didn't even know half of what I know now. All I want to know is that I had a negative. So, just give y'all some background. That what happened with him. But I have never had anybody come to me and say they have herpes. Now, I mean, my ex-husband have ever came to me and say, you know, babe, I got stuff on my genitals, blah, 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 blah. I never, ever, ever had that. I only had type 2. Okay, I went into my relationship with my ex-husband. I had type 2. I knew that, because I had my son. I was very aware that I had that, all right? And then when I came out of my marriage last May when I came out, I went to go get tested. I was very concerned. I just felt like my ex-husband was doing some things I didn't feel comfortable with, so I wanted to make sure I got tested. I got tested. My doctor called me back, which we had our son at, and I went back and it's like, oh, Miss Spivey, I need you to come into the office. And I was like, oh, I got bacterial vaginosis. Typical. Give me my medicine so I go about my business. Find out. She was like, oh no, Miss Spivey, you have type 1. I did not have type 1 going into this relationship. I just had my son. I just had my son. So I was like, I did not have it then. That means you had it and I never got it, or you just got it. Okay? So with that being said, now I have type 1 and I have type 2 at this time. Thing is, I don't know if he ever knew he had it. I don't know if he had stepped out and got it. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter at this point, at this time. It's just the fact that I came out of a relationship finding out that I have type 1 and type 2 now. Okay, guys? So, with that being said, I just want y'all to know that now I got both. And that, for me, I never gave it to nobody. Good thing to know. And this is kind of... And that's not to brag, but that's to let you know it's possible. And let me tell you how that was possible. I did not have sex with him at all when I thought I was having an outbreak. By then, I had learned how to manage my outbreaks. I knew my triggers. Y'all all ask me, Belize, what are triggers? If you have watched any of my videos pertaining to anything, I always talk about triggers. Triggers is what causes your outbreaks. It does not matter what medication you take. It doesn't matter what natural remedies you're doing. I don't care what you're doing with your immune system. If you may trigger it, it can cause it. This virus is lying on the nervous system. So it is very, very controlled based off your emotional, physical, and emotional stance. So if that is off, if that's off, you can trigger it. And the things that can trigger it, stress is number 1. Number 2 is menstrual cycles for women. Number 3 is friction from sex, okay? And then number 4 is certain foods you eat. So chocolate, nuts, junk food, alcohol, things of that nature. That's it. Outside of that, it's not too many other things. Those are the most common things that you will read on CDC website, American Sexual Association website. If you're looking at STD Project website, that is the information that you will receive. Okay, so my whole thing is learning which of those triggers cause you to have an outbreak and try to reduce that as much as possible. So for stress, guys, learn how to cope with stress. Simple. Learn how to cope. Find out what works for you. Get a counselor. Get a therapist. Get a life coach. Boom, I'm a life coach. I can help you with the stress piece if you need it. Find different things you need to do to manage your stress. After that, ladies, menstrual cycle. Very hard. You can't really do nothing about your menstrual cycle. The only thing you can do is prepare yourself for it, okay? Making sure you're doing what you need to do. Sorry, y'all. Making sure you're doing what you need to do if that's pertaining to taking your Valtrex prior or your Acyclovir prior, or making sure you're doing your lysine or any other natural remedies you're doing. Go ahead and start that when you know your period is coming. If you know your period is coming on 21st, you need to start your remedy heavy the week before. Okay, so now you can kill that time that it's going to take for your outbreak to go away. All right, and then for my individual, sex is friction from sex is one that caused outbreaks. That was a big one for me when I was married. I made sure I was completely ready. Also, using lubrication that works best for you. Things of that nature. Ladies, be careful with that lube because you need to make sure it's something that works for your body. Sometimes it can break you out. It can break him out. So y'all got to play around with that. I would say go to a sex store, do some research. Also, do your own research. It's a lot of companies who are vegan companies who make lubes and things like that. So I will tell you strongly do that. Now, if you're an individual, y'all in a monogamous relationship, another thing that you use that's pretty natural is coconut oil, guys. Okay, this is not for people who are using condoms. This is for my people who are completely anonymous. Yeah, monogamy. Okay, I'm sorry, but y'all are together. Nobody's involved. This is you two. Now, if people are involved and y'all are comfortable with it, but you know everybody, you know everybody who test results. Y'all seen them. Y'all know I'm not knocking anybody. If you're, adding people into your relationship or you're a swinger or things of that nature, that's fine with you. But I'm just saying, make sure y'all know everybody's status. Consistently know everybody's status every 3 months. Okay, every 3 months, not when you feel like it, not once a year. Every 3 months, you need to know everybody's stance because best believe you are not the only ones they're swinging with, okay? So, if that's the case, coconut oil is fine, okay? Because y'all are not using protection. Now, if you're using protection, coconut oil is out. It's an oil. It will break down the condom and now you guys open up to pregnancy and also other STDs, things of that nature, okay? That's the whole purpose of that condom, is to prevent pregnancy and reduce the chance of you getting any STDs, all right, or STIs. So if you're in a relationship, y'all know y'all are committed to each other, y'all committed to the people y'all involved with, then coconut oil is amazing lubricant, and it's safe to be in your private area. As we know, that's one of our main products that we use all the time is coconut oil, or even oil pulling or cooking with it. So much stuff you can do with coconut oil. So I just want to give y'all a little tidbit for my individuals who are in, me, you relationships, or us relationships. That's something y'all can use to reduce that friction as well. And then the last one is how you eat. Guys, just change how you eat. A lot of you guys always ask me, oh, Belize, it's secure this, secure that. Pooh. I have done a lot of stuff to change my diet. As y'all can see, I have lost weight. I juiced. I was juicing for a couple of months. So my whole thing is juicing is vital, vital, vital. I juiced and I lost so much weight. In the beginning of this year, I was 265 and now I'm at 218. Okay, guys, so juicing, that wasn't all juicing. I didn't start juicing until like May, June, and I laid up in kind of in July. But in that short time frame, I lost a whole lot of weight and I felt so good. So I have changed how I eat. My mom is a big like, oh, we're health fits here. We do not eat beef. We do not eat pork like that. Everything is gluten-free in my house. Everything is low sugar or no sugar, or everything is low salt or no salt in my house. We're really, really funny about how we eat, so it makes a big difference. So my immune system is way better because I have changed that, period. I don't even eat junk food like that. I do eat it, but it's not on the regular. I eat fast food, but that's not on the regular either. And I drink a lot of water. And also my mom also has us on these, it calls jasmine. No, Jamaican leaf. It's like a purple leaf that you can drink. You put it in water and then you boil it and put it in a cup. You can drink it straight. It's kind of bitter, or you put a little sugar in it. It really helps with so much stuff. And then I also do this another thing. It's like a little brown thing. I forgot what it's called. If you're on Instagram, you've probably seen it before. But we drink that as well. So I have seen a big difference in my weight and a big difference in my health because I've been drinking different herbs. So my whole thing is, guys, yes, those things do help boost your immune system. They help you, make you feel good, things like that. And it did reduce my outbreaks. But guys, I'm really not having any outbreaks with the lifestyle change I made. So if you do not want to have outbreaks, make the time to change your lifestyle. That's what you're eating. That's managing your stress. That's working out. That's drinking a whole lot of water. It's things like that that you can do. Okay, so that's the biggest way for me. That's how I'm keeping my outbreaks slim to none. Okay, slim to none because of that. All right, so this is the ways that you can learn how to pretty much reduce your chance of passing the virus. Okay, making sure you know your body is number one. Making sure not to have sex with anybody when you are having an outbreak, period. And also realizing you're telling and most importantly, disclosing to your partner about the shedding piece because you cannot control it. Okay, but we got to know that's not 100%. But a way to reduce that shedding is doing the Valtrex if you desire, or the Cyclovir if you desire, or do olive leaf plant. That's a natural route that you can do to help reduce that shedding. But most importantly, this virus is most contagious, not fully during the shedding part, but when you have an active outbreak that you're not aware of. Most people are getting this virus because they're not aware they're having outbreaks and they're having sex with people, okay? It's not because, oh, they're shedding. Nah, it's because they are having sex and they don't know they're having an active outbreak. Or they look, oh, it ain't nothing but a hair bump, girl. I went and got me a Brazilian. And not knowing that's what the outbreak was for so many years that I went to go get that Brazilian. So my whole thing is, guys, make sure you learn your body, learn your body, learn your body. If you want to reduce the chance of passing this virus to your partner or partners, it's very vital that you learn your body. So I love you guys. I hope that helped y'all in so many ways. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment, guys. I'm trying my best to start commenting more. Give me some time. I'm still trying to manage, but I try my best to comment on y'all stuff and give you a thumbs up to tell you thank you for watching. Have any questions, please put them below. Also, make sure you subscribe, guys. Make sure you subscribe to my page. Make sure you share my videos. If there's any video that you feel like is beneficial and can help anybody on the page, please share it on social media. Let's get these videos viral. We need to help as many people as possible. We don't want other people to deal with what we're dealing with, so let's help prevent it. You want to help me? This is the way to help me. Share these videos as many times as you can, or talk about it, or simply refer me to other people. But with that being said, guys, I love y'all. I will see y'all soon. Bye.